Hello world of YouTube, and welcome to another track review, because it's all I really am able to seem to be able to do lately is a lot of track reviews. I do have a Hesitation Marks review kind of planned out, mentally, verbally, what I want to say. I just have to film it. I plan on doing so on Saturday, so if you're looking for that, it'll happen then. But as for now, the song, this, Eminem. Obviously, I think it was last week, a couple weeks ago, during the VMAs, he announced a new album, Marshall Mathers LP 2, which I will be reviewing on the channel. But he put out a new song at the same time, Berserk, which the song itself talks about going back to the way he used to be, going back to those slim days, which sounds a bit like deja vu, because he tried to do the same thing back in 2009, and some people didn't like it. I did. I like Relapse. If you've seen my discography review of Eminem, you know that. I still like it. And what I think is interesting about this decision to do this is that he put out another song recently that doesn't sound like this. In fact, it sounds like Recovery. And it's very underwhelming. So I think that it's interesting that he's chosen to do this. Maybe he's realizing what his fans want and is trying to play to that. I don't know. But is the song good? Yeah, it has a lot of good strengths to it. There are some things I don't like about it, but I'll get to those in a minute. The strengths to this track are, first off, the beat. The beat on this thing is great. I like the sample, the Billy Squier sample that's used in the chorus, and the guitar work and all that stuff, like the guitar samples that he uses and all that stuff. I think that most of Eminem on this track is really, really good. I like the first verse, especially when he's playing off of the Beastie Boys sample. It really encapsulates the vibe that he's trying to put forth, which is, I'm going to call back to my old sound, but I'm also going to have some influence from the Beastie Boys, because that's a thing, because they were a thing, and they're great, so I'm going to do that. But I'm going to put my own spin on it. I think that he has a really good line in this. Like, I like the verse, but the only line I really walk away from this entire song is the first line, or the first clever line that he has, where, I need a pad because my rhyme's on a rag. Or I need a pad for my pen because my rhyme's on a rag, or something like that. It's a good line. That made me chuckle. It was like, ha! It's playful, it's a period joke in your rap song, Eminem. You're so silly. But yeah, I mean, those are all really good qualities. It's nice. It's nice. It really encapsulates. He sounds like he does, like vocally, sonically, verbally. He sounds like he did back in the 2000s, back in the Marshall Mathers Eminem Show LPs. And I like the hook on this thing. The hook on this thing is really good, and it really embodies that anthemic style that he went for back in those days. But in a good way, because if you've seen my Marshall Mathers, or my Eminem discography review on the Eminem Show, I didn't like the anthemic style, but I think he pulls it off well on this track. And there are some tracks on there that I think he does the same. But yeah, those are where I think the strengths on the track are those moments. But for the negatives, for the down parts, I think like the second half of the song with him, I'm just not that big on. I feel like he's trying just a little too hard in some instances. Like the part where he's just making noise while the beat goes on. Like, I feel like he's trying too hard to be who he used to be. He's trying too hard to be really energetic, because obviously a lot of people have talked about this. Maybe not a lot, but it's been talked about, where he's kind of sounding very monotonish nowadays. His rhymes all kind of have the same tone for the most part, with a few exceptions. He just has the same kind of one tone, one note to his voice, and that's not how he used to be. He used to be, one of the things that was really great about Eminem, aside from his very personal and very dark and very good lyricism, was that he was energetic while he did it. Like, he was very bombastic and just crazy, blah blah blah, and that was really missing from Recovery in a lot of moments. And I feel like he's really trying to show that I can still do this, I can still be energetic, but I feel like he's at that cusp and kind of crosses it at some points in the song where he's trying too hard to do so. That one part is part of it, and kind of the whole second verse, like he's trying too hard to do a lot. And I feel like if he pulled back just a little bit, the entire track would be good, or would be enhanced by it. I do think that this song is good, and it's growing on me. I do like it more than I did the first listen, because the entire first listen I just thought he's trying too hard. But the more I listened to it, the more I was like, actually, you know, it's not that bad. He's having fun, at least. You can tell he's having fun with this song, which I think is good, and I hope that the rest of the LP does reflect that, and I hope that the rest of the LP is good, because it's supposed to be a sequel to my favorite album of his, and what a lot of people consider to be his greatest work. So hopefully it's good. But yeah, those are really my thoughts on Berserk as a song. If you'd like to check it out for yourself, it is linked below in the under thingy. I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you like this very weirdly filmed, I guess, track review, one take track review. Again, Hesitation Marks review is coming Saturday, unless Ish gets in my way. I have been Viral Rack. You guys are good at situations. I'm gonna see you another day. Yes.